don't know whether Neil Robertson watched a Sullivan semi-final with Chris Wakely. I think, Stephen, any final, you know, is something to be excited about. But when it's players like this, you just sort of sit back. And
Neil Robertson already in the final, so it was a mouth-watering occasion to look forward to. Two of the best players we've ever seen. I'm sure it will. But what an occasion for both.
It is a long match, this, but even so.
Once again today, if it does, then, well, you shake his hand and say fair play. But the fact that it would be so Elliott Slessor, Neil Robertson, that is a fact. There was a few too many errors. He wasn't punished for them, but he
was this man, Ronnie O'Sullivan, at the 2021 World Grand Prix.
One.
Missable, but knocked it in nicely.
9.
Yeah. Middle, it's very thin. Oh, that's a brilliant pot.
15.
That really is. Those middles are nippy. His cue ball each time. That's why he's chosen to go into them once again. And once again has lost his cue ball.
$25.
Yeah, it's a bit adventurous, this break, the cue ball.
These top players, they pounce on that.
Neil Robertson, 25.
But showing weakness isn't necessary. It's a fine line. Neil was insistent on keeping that break going, but ultimately had to. Neil happy to let Ronnie say where exactly the cue ball was, and this time gets the contact, albeit slightly thicker than he would have liked.
Terrific safety.
The wizardry. But as you say, he's come back from the brink in a couple of matches where he's had to show us his battling qualities. That killer instinct is certainly still there.
It almost feels like he's sort of entered a new chapter. He got married in the summer. He's moved to Dubai.
Yeah, when it all boils down to it, if you're happy in life, he seems to be thinking really well, Ronnie O'Sullivan. And it was so refreshing last night to see him in such...
Over it. Ooh, but that is a mistake, clearly.
Yeah, he chucked a load of right.
1.
He's always had that winning mentality, Robertson. He actually won his first 6 ranking final. He won one, kept on winning. And of course, has rediscovered a very wise owl to have in your corner.
9.
This is a good chance for Neil. The black is available, red's nicely spread, already in front, as you say. But it was important for me,
50.
for Neil, to make a good start today. Just lay down the law to Ronnie.
Yeah, of course, Neil Robertson was the opponent in another great O'Sullivan moment, the 1,000. But you can't get caught up in the show, can you? You know, he's there as of right. He wants to win the tour.
$31. $39.
That'll do nicely. And he has got Kong, the World Grand Prix. Beaten Joey Long 9-0 previously in the
47.
European Masters. I'm not saying it's going to be that today, obviously, but he can, when he gets his years, the Hong Kong Masters 2022 was the last meeting. That was a best of 11. There was 5 centuries in it.
50. 53. $61.
Well, do well to make it now, but he... Oh, what an effort this is.
69.
Oh. He's had a terrible contact on the black.
Oh, some
Yeah,
people were
Robertson,
starting to applaud. He was on the
76
green as well.
A gap past the black. He did do. There was a lot of balls moving there, but ultimately the ready attempted did.
1.
It's his 65th in a ranking. Last one that he won was the 2024 World Grand Prix. That's interesting because in the semi-final there he played outstandingly against. And then in the final he started slowly, went 4-0 down to Judd Trump, but he did win 10-7 in the end.
Concentration and focus, and you know, at times in the past we have seen
17.
Ronnie, and he's going to have to do exactly the same today. And this is going to be a big effort.
24. 25. $31.
Very rarely plays for single balls. Always wants to leave himself options if he can.
$36.
Cluster of 4, get them all into play. Perfect.
$44.
Slight bit of doubt about that one, but it dropped, and now everything is where he wants it. To have a final like last year, which is just a brilliant spectacle, wasn't it?
51.
Yeah, it seems unlikely that it would be as this match and really gets going. It will be blow for blow.
$57.
He's done very, in which he has worked it out really well.
60.
Shot one, he clearly wanted to win this frame at this visit, so
65.
kept that intensity, hit a focus high.
So this is frame ball, and the crowd acknowledge that.
70.
He won his first ranking title, the UK Championship,
71.
1993. He never seen it before. Of course, his contemporaries, Mark Williams and John Higgins, both winning final.
79.
Heard a lot actually last couple of years. We need to moved on.
And actually, we don't want them to move on either, because we lose evenings like Schultz, and only this man could produce that.
85.
To continue towards the century. Not quite, but he's answered Neil Robertson's catch of the opening frame by dominating the second, a break of 92.
Well, there's been a couple of long ones from Neil that have gone really astray.
And that's middle of the pocket from O'Sullivan.
Good is seeing his opponent, Neil Robertson, miss long balls in the fashion in which he has done so far with his long game.
4.
Of course, it can all turn around so quickly.
Ronnie O'Sullivan. 4. 1. Four.
So until Neil can get one or a few of them into play, this isn't a great chance. Made an attempt there.
Seven.
To maybe flick the red away from the black. Went elsewhere, and once it
11.
It's been hard work, this break, for 11 points, so once again taking a chance to go into them, try and sitting waiting.
15.
Nicely played, and
Himself the chance to then go on and win the frame, and that's what he's done here.
not when there's problems to be solved, as there has been in this
22.
contribution from Neil Robertson. This will make him feel really good.
29. $37.
But he's kept it going, that's the key thing, and the black struggles in.
Well, Neil was
44.
clearly convinced that that black was going in. These really well.
53.
Break of the week, but it's been really well made. The
59.
World Grand Prix final 2021, where O'Sullivan And he turned the final. But he won't be getting any hits.
Let's try and get this ton.
67.
Well, he...
$74. $83.
This most definitely the sort of break that will make Neil Robertson feel really good. Unlock this frame really nicely.
90.
Had to do a lot of mileage early on, a lot of
95.
shoe leather on the cue ball early on, going down for bulk colours, coming up. You get the feeling it won't be the last.
101.
It's Neil Robertson's 92. That was superb.
108.
Really well-made break that from Neil Robertson. A clearance of 108. I say you're looking in these multi-session matches to win each mini session. If you do that, you'll win the match. So if he could just take a 3-1 lead, he'd be more than satisfied.
Is going to be going into that final session tonight. You want to try and get as much of an advantage. Ronnie's had a couple of long reds similar to the one that he's just attempted that he's missed thin. Available. This time Ronnie misses the long red thick, so he's been a little bit thin, a little bit thick on a few of the...
Yes, Alan McManus has a phrase, give me the man who played well yesterday.
Yeah, that high level of performance consistently, and even just a slight dip compared to the previous day, it can... Looking strong so far. You feel that break in the last was really, really good. Fourth.
15.
Very nicely played. And that's
23.
why he chose not to play for the black.
Yeah, he just took... But he ran a snooker club in Melbourne. And Neil
30.
spent a lot of his childhood there. Times to see his family in Australia.
$36.
Yeah, it's tough for it's a lot of sacrifices they have to make that the UK players don't really appreciate, because predominantly
Yeah, when Neil first came over to the
44.
UK, you know, it was very expensive to phone home. Now look at him.
Yeah, and once again he's worked this chance really. And now looking to put the finishing touches to what's been a good little mini session for the Australian.
$56.
For a lead. But it's not just that, he looks bang on it here,
64.
Robertson.
Yeah, or he wouldn't like the mini interval to arrive here. He'd quite like to stay out there, continue on with this momentum, but a great start and a 3-1.
70.
Yeah, you've got a... Sullivan who needs to find something in the next 4 frames, just that 192 to show for his efforts so far. Still a long way to go, but
74.
not to be for the century unless this red finds its way, which is not going to into the pocket. But a fine start from Neil Robertson.
And it's advantage Neil Robertson 3-1. He leads the Rocket Ronnie O'Sullivan. That mini session very much about jostling for positions, and the scoring has been good from both, as we would expect. There's been a few, I think Ronnie in particular will not be concerned, but he'll want to put that right sooner rather than later. Kenny can't afford to let Neil get too fast.
I mean, he even admitted he may not play like that again, but of course the standard of the opposition has gone up as well, and Neil is punishing. He's playing a perfect game at the moment, Neil Robertson.
Neil Robertson.
And he looks very confident. Not knocking reds out, you're not giving opportunities for long balls. You've got to keep it so tight. Oh, wow. Overcut it. And I think look at it. It's not always straightforward getting it out. And there you see the problem.
One.
It looks straightforward, but it's not. And it's difficult. Oh, what a shot. It's gone close.
Foul. The miss.
Well, that safety shot you was alluding to a few moments ago, trying to find the thin edge, not. Yeah, and of course these 30%, Neil down at 33%, which is really low for these two brilliant long potters. One thing that's been evident from Neil Robertson just from these first four frames is that he's going to, and why wouldn't you give everything? What a huge occasion this is, a massive match for both.
Oh, that was he's gone up the other side. Yellow would be pretty good as well. He's playing some good
To contain Ronnie O'Sullivan. So far he's doing it well. But Ronnie finding a return. There is a red right in amongst that main cluster. Just slightly too thin on the red, but the cue ball was always heading up in.
No, long way away. Wasn't easy at all.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit more degree of difficulty. I didn't expect him to miss that, to be honest, and it was a really good opportunity.
Maybe that just clouded his thoughts.
One.
Nice strike from.
Last season, missing so many events. Had he got the hunger, had he got the desire. Oh, he runs a lot. He's very, very fit. Yes, he has a lot of years on the road as a snooker player. Well, after all these years to produce,
9.
well, it's probably his greatest session.
The eating side, all that plays a part in your stamina out there as a player. As you say, Ronnie, if you're physically and mentally very fit, very strong,
16.
the talent clearly unquestioned.
Oh, that was a beautiful, beautiful little control.
$29. 35.
Wasn't straightforward when he came to the table. Yeah, just a quick 4 points, so a couple of reds
42.
after this pink, and he'll be home and dry. He let Neil in. It was a misread. He took the more difficult red. It was the right choice, but a little bit.
Yeah, this visit from Ronnie has been good, but what's better for him is the message. So this red frame ball,
55.
as you say, the first session back after the mini, particularly for Ronnie to keep in touch with Neil Robertson.
60.
On two greats going head to head, and it started off brilliantly. The red and black
Ronnie
to
O'Sullivan.
keep this break
67.
going, but the nod from Neil Robertson does arrive, so that break of 67 from Ronnie O'Sullivan gives him the 3-2 advantage. Both players looking to try and get ahead of one another going into this evening's session, where up for a incredible clearance from Judd Trump, and Ronnie O'Sullivan finally finds a long red.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
Well, that's a shot you don't see. Wasn't going to be on a red, and it proved too difficult. Didn't think it was worth the risk. Tried to play an aggressive safety shot, Ronnie. He's one of the best in the world at that. Corner pocket, and he's got to avoid the red next to the black. He has done. And he's played it well.
Looking for the thin edge. Didn't quite catch it as thin as he would have liked, and that's why he's collided with the blue. So that good safety shot from Neil Robertson may...
He's played it nicely.
1.
Oh, it just lost. It's there.
Drop, and now Neil can look to get amongst the black spot, open it up. Oh.
70.
It's been clear this week from Neil that he's once again set his star. It has done. This is the game that
25.
he's so good at.
$33.
Oh, but of course, Ronnie O'Sullivan has put out a red. So, not going to be a magic.
41.
Oh, of that safety. Trying to get that cue ball as close to the ball cushion
41.
as possible, and they're pushing the green safe as well.
Leaving Ronnie a shot at it. Of course, Ronnie won't be tempted to take that on. Neil didn't really leave him too much of a shot to play.
This time, not finding the ball cushion, and long way away. Long way away. That will be, as it gets towards the red, it drifts in slightly. But no advantage taken. Avoid the reds on the right hand side. He hasn't. Oh, he has. Looked like he was going to kiss that red, but just...
That's why he's refused it completely. And that's very nicely struck.
1.
One of the best sounds you can get.
Yeah, one wonderful technique that he has.
7.
I think that red pot's the one that all here in an area. You could play on that red, or even the one just to the right, close to this bottom right corner pocket.
12. 13.
Now we'll come. So put him 59 with 59 remaining. So
19.
not too ahead. Good stuff, this.
Ultimately, Neil was left the long red, and there is no weakness in his long game. Well, possibly a foul there from Neil Robertson, catching the pink first. At least not to be behind going into this evening's session. 8 frames to come, so 2 more to be played.
He wants to play for a ball colour, and he's played it really well, and he's checked it off the 2 cushions. Perfect line. Now, can he get on this black?
4.
Oh, has he overdone it? He's having a quick look. Ronnie O'Sullivan, he'd be absolutely fuming with himself there.
Ronnie O'Sullivan. 4.
Oh, stop it, Neil.
1.
Well, that is sublime. Great cueing from the Thunder, but he's missed the black.
Neil Robertson. 1.
Try and get up behind that yellow. Couldn't really hide the pack of reds, but the next best thing towards the right corner. Oh, it doesn't want to go in.
Clearly not. But Neil refusing to, keeping it tight, and another good return. Another very good return.
This afternoon, Neil, he knows it. He has to be. Target behind yellow and brown here.
One another's capabilities. It was a tough return that for Ronnie. Very little room to play with.
Yeah, no problem. There was always the bonus of the black over the.
Six.
Messages weren't in his favour. It's been a really clinical performance so far. Dynamic, playing the greatest of all time. You know,
40.
It just clears your mind coming into it. You have to play. And so far, so good for Neil Robertson.
$22.
There's one red. Second left from the pink that is available.
27.
Oh, needs to be
28.
top side of the blue, and he hasn't done so. just so good at that particular shot.
Makes it look so effortless,
34.
doesn't he? To the average player, they'd have to break an arm. And
That was the one. That's the one he tried to hit. He didn't hit a full ball, and it's gone wrong. And there you see another error, only because he was. Yeah, well played. Well played.
One.
such a good safety shot from Neil Robertson. The thing for me as well is just how positive he's remaining.
9.
He's not thinking about who's in the other pressure on Ronnie O'Sullivan as possible in this little session.
$17.
So the black tape.
Yeah, we've got a, particularly in the form that he's in.
Thank you.
Just goes to show every,
33.
you know, in any sport, every one of the best sessions of snooker from Ronnie O'Sullivan last night that we've ever seen in the history of snooker.
But so exciting, isn't it? This has been superb stuff from Neil Robertson.
It's rolling off. He's missed it, but a wonderful break.
Front going into the evening. Neil Robertson's done that. Massive final frame coming up for Ronnie O'Sullivan. Has to stay in touch with Neil for the 5-2 lead.
A little bit surprised that maybe he was just a little bit awkward bridging around that pressure on Ronnie. Plays a different safety game, much more aggressive, and there you see it. Open the reds. Well, that's not good. Didn't get
1.
Now Ronnie can look to try and unlock this frame, and it's similar to the break of Neil's in the third frame. It's not plain sailing.
7.
taking the yellow. Black tied up.
Often lends itself to heavy scoring, which there has been so far. That was a misjudgment from Ronnie, trying to come the 2 cushion route, check the cue ball back off the top cushion.
Yeah, no problem. That black wasn't available before that previous. Neil, as I said, is dictating the play here completely. Miss
9.
It's nicely here. It's not too bad.
$17.
Using all his cue power. Oh, that little kiss didn't help.
And very nicely
20.
played. Again, no hesitant. You can get comfy on the table, but cue ball travelling. Once again, played very good.
$23.
Now, can he roll this red in and just...
Very delicate one, nicely played.
31.
just like that.
Yeah, he played it nicely. 13 points in the lead out this equation. Very nicely indeed.
38.
He has done absolutely perfect and has given himself the chance. 21 points to the lead. Ronnie will need snookers.
46.
I think this is the best Neil Robertson has played in this tournament. Well, he had to be, I know, but
54.
well, he's performed this afternoon. But he hasn't been let in a lot of aspects. Okay, he's missed a couple. Missed that blue off the spot in this frame, left-handed. So, 36 points ahead. The red looks pretty close to the middle. It is. It's all the way there. So, Ronnie O'Sullivan, well, he's worthy of a 6-2 lead this afternoon. What a session of snooker he's played.
Robertson.
Yeah, what
61.
a performance that is from Neil Robertson.
Has won 41 world ranking events. He's looking for his 42nd. Not once in a ranking final has he recovered from 6-2 down. You do it. The early frames, I think, will tell us plenty.
Inch. Solid in every department. Played the percentage game as well. Scored heavy when he needed to. He's shown us why he is such a great champion.
Not getting caught up in what went on yesterday. That's in the past. I think everyone agrees O'Sullivan really does need to win the mini set.
Evening session, Neil Robertson did that.
Six before winning 9-8, but he still won. Of course, this is first to 10, but just a couple of early errors from the Aussie.
One.
And that's the difference.
Yeah, it doesn't take much for these matches at the top level to turn. Just a slight dip from Roberts, you would think. We saw
4.
how he can cut two. The only other half century was a 67 in frame 5.
The fact he played so well yesterday,
12.
even by his own accord, he felt maybe that expectation coming into today has cleared his mind now, and he can just relax, focus on what's ahead, and that's
20.
making a game of this, getting back into it.
Multi-session matches, he leads Robertson 7-2. So in the longer matches they've played, he's invariably come out on top. But then
26.
the other thing is we know he can win frames very quickly. So before you
Just travelled on, and that was played out of pure frustration.
Ronnie O'Sullivan. 33. One.
And that's a nice pot from Neil. Just lost it.
9.
This already feels, and he'll know that. Neil will be well aware that if he can make this chance count, it
17.
nicely played.
25. $33.
Once again, just travelled on. Close. But more importantly, if Neil can take 4 red.
41. $49.
Lost position, went for that very risky cut,
56.
which he didn't get. If we haven't had a 3-hour break since the first session. So
64.
the blue to lead by 36 with 35 on.
Put the frame beyond doubt.
70. $79.
Well, he'll do very well to make the century.
Thank you. 82.
Ah, brilliant. That's a brilliant shot.
86.
What a start then for Neil Robertson. This is the start position. It's not just
91.
the deficit, which is bad enough, 7-2. It's how well Neil Robertson is playing, as I said. Well,
97.
he's not quite got there, so he is. Not quite got there. The white's gone in anyway.
Neil Robertson to break.
Here at the Green Halls in Jeddah. And that translates to ranking points as well. So he would go to number 3 in the world. A year ago, he wasn't in the top 16. He was having to pre-qualify for tournaments to establish him, and this will keep him in, if he wins this tonight, for the next 2 years.
Where he belongs.
One.
Yeah, he had a pretty good scoring chance in that previous. First few shots are key for Ronnie. Just to play his way back.
9.
Completely. No reason why. Well,
17.
you know what's coming, Dave.
24 hours ago. Yeah, he didn't know about it yesterday, but he didn't realise it was actually 3
25.
sets of that, so you get 147,000 times 2 on top of what he's already got. His eyes kind of lit up when I told him, as you'd imagine.
33.
Time it well. Use the pack of reds to hold the cue ball now.
41.
Well, the old mounting a comeback. He's got to try and put the frames away without taking undue. I think the crowd here, clearly, I mean, a lot of them wanting to win, but I think everybody would like to see a close final.
47.
Certainly close.
And this frame
55.
only been going 4.5 minutes, and already Ronnie. This is the sort of thing. We don't want to allow him to get too much momentum because we all know how dangerous that can be.
63.
World Snooker Tour chairman. And he's pulled one back and just needed one chance, didn't it? That error
70.
from Robertson has done in this one. And what a lovely shot to get them all into play. So plus a 1-4-2 and a 1-3-4, another couple of total
77.
clearances as well. I get the feeling we'll be talking best is this match and making it closer.
So quick from Ronnie. It was a good chance when he came well. Not have made that positional error in the previous frame.
92.
Gone on to win that.
Well, 6 years ago, Neil Robertson was the opponent when Ronnie O'Sullivan made his 1,000th career century. Another 300 on top of that. 1,300 centuries. Make it. He needed that, didn't he? And if there's more to come, he could still win.
107. 114. 117. 121. 126.
But Stephen said it's just the speed of it.
132.
7 minutes the breaks take. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
139 on the frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Total clearance.
Ronnie may come back at him. Does have breathing space, but he needs to still continue on how he played from this afternoon. Yeah, it's a strange feeling, these multi-session matches, and of course I've never been focused, and equally when you're behind as well, what do you think about? Right in the heart of the pocket.
One.
Wasn't a
Neil Robertson. 1.
On top both times, Elliot Slessor yesterday. Meanwhile, Sullivan's caught that a little on the thick side. He's okay. Robertson seems low.
Neither player really could get close to a long ball. At pace, they were missing them thick. Slower, they...
So many kisses there, you didn't really know what was going to happen.
Oh.
1.
2 cues from him, so it's a bit bonanza for him once he's worked his way through them all.
Yeah, I saw the same as well. Poor lad, he's just trying to practice for all of a sudden.
7.
Because obviously, it's the secret. You're in with, you know, the cue, the ferrule, the tip.
15.
And you know as a player, you know what they're going through, it's tough.
$23. 29.
UK Championship, no less. It wasn't just any old tournament. and he beat Stephen Hendry. He turned 18 years of age. That's how he announced
37.
himself on the snooker world, on the wider. And we're still fascinated by him, aren't we?
Good players now on the tour, and there's so many that make the game look
45.
very easy. But no one makes Sullivan makes it look. Can't take your eyes off him when he's at the table.
53.
Heads towards the 4-minute mark, and already
61.
we've arrived.
Well, if it's going to turn around, this is how it will happen. It'll be one visits. Right, quickly winning the next two.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, frame.
76. '84.
Well, to make the last one nailed to the book cushion. But again, it's been
92.
very swift effort, just under 6 minutes. This just
Ronnie
stays out.
O'Sullivan, 97 and the frame.
97 will do, so Ronnie O'Sullivan dominates. And I think the concern for Robertson is O'Sullivan just needed the two chances, didn't he, to win those last two frames.
In the past to just blow up at that sort of thing. He's kept his composure, kept his discipline, responded well. Where's this red going to finish? Over the pocket, it seems, or has it just? So what a chance this is now for Ronnie O'Sullivan. Avoid for the most part main cluster. A little glance off them was fine, and that was a nicely played positional shot. I'm going to go about this break. Once in his mind it becomes
13.
it's almost like before he can unleash. Making this a great chance.
21.
Again, the shot select value going back up for blue or bought colour. Bigger area to play into rather than trying to be too cute down this end.
'24. '32.
Seems winning the first frame of the night with that 37-0. Robertson's only potted one ball. By his attitude here, because he did just lose a little bit of discipline, didn't he, in that first frame, but
spark Ronnie into action, and quite often we think about
46.
the positive moments, the big breaks, the big... Maybe that has almost just given him the boost that he...
53. '60.
Game very
68.
much on. He's needed 3 chances, hasn't he? And he's made 3 frame-winning breaks.
$75.
Can he go on to make what would, for O'Sullivan, be a 12th
82.
century of the tournament? Remember, it's only his 5th. Well, the red stays out.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 89.
It's been a great week. Snooker has been, well, exceptional. These two players.
1.
Certainly be very enjoyable for whoever picks up that trophy, and a check for 500,000 as well. Oh. It's not too bad. And particularly after losing the first frame, in the manner in which he did, it was sort of, he was a bit frustrated with going.
That can happen in long matches. You can get a period where one player's on top. Display.
Being dominated by Neil Robertson, who's playing some fantastic snooker. He hasn't made many. Look, and try maybe behind the yellow here. He can. Just missed it. Still. Season. We saw it last year in that wonderful final where it went all the way to the final frame decider. Difficulty. Yeah, it wasn't easy, and he's left it, and also he's brought the pink in. Yeah, nicely played, and top side of the blue. 2 reds left of the pink, maybe. Now he's trying to drag it in and trying to hold it off that red now.
$7.
Of course, he had to come back in the last 16 from 5-2 down to Champing Yu. Quarter-final again.
$21.
The speed at which he can reel off frames, and even though you've got a 7-2 lead, just a,
35. $41.
more interested when it has to be a puzzle, and it's all right, he has work to do. He's just down really quick. There's lots of wonderful positional shots that he has to work
Ronnie
out.
O'Sullivan, 47.
And that's pretty good. Okay, he'd be disappointed. He didn't win.
More chance.
The red.
1.
And that will do.
That's just a wonderful shot.
Yeah, he's hit a real purple patch, and the question now, how long will it last? Surely, the way that O'Sullivan has sort of flicked a switch here to win 4 in a row
16.
and reduce the gap to just 1.
Yeah, and it was sort of a frame that earlier on this afternoon, you know, getting in, making a break. If he broke down, he played good safety. And then has done in this frame, not one with a big break,
51.
but when he had to, forced another error, and now this frame is in the bag.
In these 4 frames, has scored 2 points. So he's been just
39.
completely frozen action. Like you say, played a good safety, immediately forced the error. And here we are, monopolising the table time.
47.
He's a man, he's released 3 autobiographies, Ronnie O'Sullivan, and there's a lot more chapters, aren't there, to be written? I mean, you could write a book on it tonight.
54.
Yeah, he's such a character, isn't he? And talisman has been for
57.
best part of his, I think.
Another frame.
57.
Yeah, and when you're involved in a match like this, it's great when you're chasing because you've got momentum as quickly as possible. Just stop that momentum. It's a great...
Won the World Championship, he was 11-5 down, wasn't he, to Martin Gould. Won 13-12 and more recently beat John Higgins in Tour Championship final.
There's a typical Ronnie O'Sullivan safety shot to do. Now a chance for Neil.
One.
Good pot. Nicely on a colour. Corner pocket. Love to get on one of these here. Deep screw. Cue ball down the table. And played it nicely.
4.
Remember years ago at the World Grand Prix.
This is a chance that not much to do with the cue ball just yet. Off the black.
20.
Yeah, perfect. Now you just play a delicate little, still be on this red, just above the black. Oh. Played it with a lot of
28.
Sort of a free shot, this. Oh, I say a free shot. Oh, has he been lucky? Has he got the cover?
One.
Oh, he's just floated that in beautifully. What a shot he's played there.
Nine.
No problem, though. The way he won the first frame of the night, you had visions of, you know, a really one-sided match, but the opposite of O'Sullivan, and they wanted to see him win.
17.
Yeah, no, I don't know. And this is one that he wants to add to the CV.
25.
We've seen him come back. I mean, he was 5-2 down to Chang Bing Yu last 4 frames. He did the same against Corin Wilson, from 5-3 down. And he's doing it here again. He
41.
won't need the red that's closest to the left. There are enough points with these 3 loose reds.
$49. $57.
So another sizable break, and surely a frame-winning break. He checks the score.
65.
Five in a row.
Yeah, wonderful performance. Neil Robertson, though, properly, and that was his chance, Neil Robertson. He's been a bit unlucky there, Ronnie. But still, what a break.
139, 97, 89, 57, and now this 80. In the last 5 frames. So effectively now best of 5, but all the momentum, of course, is with Ronnie O'Sullivan.
The red on, that's interesting.
Oh, nothing. It's okay.
Very interesting indeed. He didn't even look at that red. Want to keep him there. Doesn't want to give him an easy chance. Able to take this on. Safety in mind, but
yeah, very nicely struck that.
But like all great champions.
Yeah, and in a multi-session match, you know, you can lose 5 frames in a row and still win the match. You can have.
Ball down the right hand side, get on one of these reds into the left corner pocket. Good line. And played it back up for blue again.
17.
Decided. Oh, he's played it nicely, and I think he's on the red. Yeah, he is on the red. Good shot.
23.
And he does do. And just sort of looked after him in general. And now Joe's retired from the professional game, is in his corner.
$38. $46.
He's really. And I like the way he's gone about it. His approach to each shot.
54.
Not contemplating. Looks very confident still.
$62.
Sort of, in a way, it's a bit of sort of psychology going on here. It's a bit of body. I'm buzzing as well. I'm floating around the table very, very quickly. Feeling that nervous. I'm enjoying this match. And I'm ready for anything that you throw at me.
Battling along this match under 15 minutes a frame. This one is done with a 75 break
75
from Neil Robertson. My word, he needed that. It was a very impressive break as well. He kept confident. He didn't look like a man who just lost 5 frames.
And the blue slightly? No, just playing a safety shot. Red towards that right corner. There was a red going there. He needs cover. He needs cover, and he doesn't have it.
One.
Good pot, but he's only going to get somewhere behind the yellow.
Neil Robertson, 1.
Oh,
1.
but once again, there you go.
Neil Robertson, 1.
What was wrong with that?
Foul. And a miss. Neil Robertson, 4.
Doesn't want this red going towards that yellow pocket. Doesn't want to leave it. Oh, wow. What a miss. Now, where's the cue ball going to finish? What has he left? Oh. Wow. Would you believe it? It wasn't exactly straightforward there for Ronnie. He was bridging usual confidence. He's come back stronger. Worked
7.
on his game throughout that summer. Illustrious career.
Neil Robertson, 30.
Well, out of absolutely nowhere.
He couldn't. He was laid back in his chair, fearing the worst. He was almost like a
5. $11. $18.
Yeah, that'll do. Get an idea exactly what he's going to need. But there's plenty of points to work at without bothering about.
25.
Well, not everyone was sure that was going to drop. Don't know about.
33.
The plant is just as easy. Shouldn't be a problem. Just a little bit of it. No, no. Wow.
Sullivan, 40.
Wow, and there's the frustration.
$9.
As it gets closer to the winning line and the magic number of number 10. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. And there's going to be a few more. You can.
Cross double.
Cue ball behind the black. Oh, he's made another mistake here. This is going very close to the green pocket. If it doesn't go in, it's going to be over it. goodness. What is going on?
No matter how good you are.
Yeah. Another cross double here for Neil Robertson. Has he got the red safe? He has. Good. No, he could. He's played that really well. And that was an excellent.
Yeah, apologise. He's got the double kiss, but it's okay. It was more than.
Doesn't want a double kiss. Oh, just missed it. Now a chance for. Great shot.
One.
Trying to dislodge the red. He's going to try and take it out. It's a good line. Oh, good effort, but it's not too bad. He had. Yeah, he left it perfectly. Gonna do, but I think he's got to play the black there.
Neil Robertson. 5.
So he's hoping that hasn't played a good enough snooker here. Ronnie can play off one cushion and hit the red. And that's exactly what he's done. I think now. Over the corner pocket and have the cue ball right behind the brown here. So the up and down doesn't leave it on. That's what he'd be hoping for. Oh, has he left it? Has he left it on? Has he got the snooker? He's got the snooker. Would you?
Hello, is this in? Oh, wow. What a game this is.
Neil Robertson. 1.
Cue ball will go right up towards the green here as he puts this.
2.
Well, it'd be straight on the green shot on the brown here and put Ronnie in
5.
a bit of trouble.
Neil Robertson. 5.
And that's not the shot he was looking for. Look at this for a shot. Look at this for a shot. Oh, where's the brown going? It needs to slow up. Oh, great attempt. Great attempt, and I think he'd be happy with the outcome.
But that's even better. What a shot from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Surely a frame winner.
Well, after all that time, to come out with a shot like that on the brown, that is incredible.
So what a frame. It's been 38 minutes, and that is the winning ball. It's going to pop the black as well, but 3 frames potentially remain.
Thank you.
Well, he went between brown and green, and he played it nicely. Red makes much more sense.
7.
Already we'll be contemplating trying to get
13.
on one of these reds just around the black there, just to potable. That's what he's gone down for.
$19.
He hit it nicely.
25.
Okay, didn't get top side of the blue, but he's...
$31.
Well, now Chang Bing Yu's feeling. He was 5-2 up on O'Sullivan, remember? In the last 16, had chances to win. There'll be other players. And he's starting to scent blood here.
37.
Oh, is he going to get lucky? Oh, he has done. He has done. He didn't mean that.
43.
Now he'd like to get... That was perfect. But he's played a delightful little cannon into the black. He's absolutely... He's almost like a lion that's sent. And he refused a couple of shots in the
57.
decisive moments. He sensed it. Well, hold on a minute. 60.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 64.
Oh, he's gone for the double. Oh, great effort. And he would have been on the black as well. He's maybe taking this red on. Oh, well played. Well played. That was the one he needed.
Two
Ronnie
snookers.
O'Sullivan, 1.
This one as well.
1.
Robertson here, chance now to get rid of...
He's played a good one.
8. One.
So I'd be hoping to.
Eight.
Yeah, tremendous. Yeah, he's going to pot it and play for the two snookers, but he needs the black here.
Can happen.
No, Robertson,
That's no good.
23.
That's a poor attempt. Maybe in a snooker here himself. Dead weight. Good attempt. Needed to be Robertson.
Yeah, he doesn't just need two snookers, they've got to be.
Cue ball down behind the pink here. Yellow back up the table. How's the pace? Looks pretty good. For Ronnie O'Sullivan, big target though. It's another good effort. Oh, he's played it well. Very, very good. The pink here. No, it's no good. And he's going to leave the yellow this time, I think.
Frame 18 of a possible 19. In it goes. And we're going into it with Ronnie O'Sullivan leading. You can see the face didn't look likely, did it, at 7-2. Things have turned around dramatically. And what we've seen is his real will to win as well. He's been living every moment of this match. Got the bit between his teeth. And he's got every chance now, in the next frame,
40.
To land the title.
20 in the frame.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Last couple of frames, he was in control. Let it slip. And now he's got to. But it's going to be hard. You're playing a man. You can make balls. On the black. He's going to play low.
9.
So this could be a key shot. If he pots this black, it could be. Always need a little bit of luck. I don't think he's got it. I don't think he's got it.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 16.
It's pretty good. We did, but he hasn't got it back to the top cushion, and he may have.
Beautiful. What a shot. What a shot under pressure, like Ken says.
Beautifully taken. And very brave shot as well.
7.
Well.
13.
Yeah, great shot.
To concentrate.
Could be going to the wire. In on that cue ball. One of the
25. $33. 39.
Well, yeah, there you see it's like gone slightly. Yeah, no problem. Well,
43.
I say no problem. Kiss on the blue.
$49.
It's okay. He's got.
Well, he's potted some real crunch balls. They're still going in nicely.
52.
30. The old game just doesn't let you down, does it? What a came to the table here, having to produce, and that's what he's done. What a break it's been.
Breaks from Ronnie O'Sullivan from 7-2 down to go 9-8. Crafted break under pressure, under severe pressure.
66.
So for the second year running, last year it was Judd Trump and Mark Williams. This year, two other big beasts, Ronnie O'Sullivan and Neil Robertson. They've ended. But this has been
69.
one of the breaks of the day. That man waiting there in the chair. He's still waiting. And we're still waiting to see who's going to win this tournament.
74. 76. 79.
At this point, the numbers just go out the window. It's about who can stand
83.
up. Who gets the first chance, maybe, in the decider. We saw last year black.
88.
But Robertson,
94.
the 91st of the tournament. This has been fantastic. Pictures being taken, but
Yeah.
let's just get on with it.
What a final we've had. And it comes down to this one frame. It could be one chance. Way, shape or form.
Yeah, there's only actually, on the aggregate, there's only actually 8 points between them for the day. That's how close.
Safety shot. Try and just nestle up to this red. He's not going to reach this. This is going to go back.
Foul and a miss. Ronnie.
He's going to make sure he hits it this time, because if he doesn't, of course, the miss will be called and then he'll be warned. This time it's a good shot. No, he's not going to play for the pot. Just going to keep it tight. But that's not the best shot he's played.
One.
Can't help thinking of last year, though, where it looked like Mark Williams, who got him first against.
8.
Didn't fancy it. No. Yeah, good shot. How's the angle? Needs to go with the cue ball. It's not.
Tournament, the last frame.
He's playing for the black. What sort of an angle has he got? Needs to slow up. Desperate. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. And that's end of break. Oh, this is a good line. Great line with the cue ball. How's the length? Oh, that's a great. Well, have a look at this for a shot. Have a look at this for a return. About pace here and direction, of course, but just the pace. Doesn't want to go by them. That's why he's come up a bit short. But he'll have a look at the line. The line
and a miss. Ronnie
was pretty good. Pretty good. Free shot, really, yeah. Well played, well played.
One.
That was a huge mistake from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Trying to dislodge something here. Yeah, here we go. Oh. As he left on a red.
Four. Robertson.
And after all that, he's played a poor shot. It could go close. Oh, he said it, but it's not enough.
One.
Well, he's not going to get a better.
8. $16.
Yeah, nicely played. The black here. And he's played the little cannon, and that's okay.
23.
Just
ended up costing him his top 16 place. A year ago, he was trying to get it back in the world. Some turnaround.
31.
All the time he knows.
38.
the red is close to his hand here. Very composed, looks very confident.
46.
Well, no. Hold on. That's not ideal. Okay.
And he's got it. Didn't he play that well? My word. He needs the yellow here. And he's bang on it.
Well, this is a bit, when his back was against the wall, he's produced the goods.
62.
This is fantastic from Neil Robertson. It really is.
He'll be ranking title number 26 for Neil Robertson. He'll be level
65.
joint 6th with Mark Williams.
69.
And he will receive the £500,000 first prize, double his pre. As I say, a year ago, struggling
74.
to get back in the top 16. Top 16. He's back where he belongs, at the top of the game.
80.
His journey in Jeddah.
87.
Robertson. He wins a thrilling battle on the bays.